rotations, Centaur gets a level. Condition, you can always rely on Morph to carry the game.
Me, I just believe in the power of Tusk Brew. Like, that combo is pretty brutal with the Drunken Brawler plus the tag team. You just melt through people. And when you look at the heroes up against, like, Morphling early on, you don't morph fast enough to survive that burst of physical damage. So if he goes full Agi, he may be crying in a corner. This should be a tri-lane start, as we see so often, especially when you have a Tusk on your team from NIP. Maybe look for a pick-off. Meanwhile, on the top lane, they're letting Brewmaster scout with no sort of conflict right now. So
now when I'm thinking about it, it's actually a great tiny game. If he gets a good start, Morphling usually loves to be greedy and farm with low HP. Winter Wyvern also low HP hero. Pagna, same goes for Rubik, so they could be easily blown up by a Tiny this game.
Speaking of Rubik, good thing he was there, or Sorg would be a very sad boy right now. It's 2 runes apiece, and I think you're right. Like, this Tiny, there's so many targets for him. Morphlings, they get caught out, not paying attention for even a millisecond against this type of lineup, they just disappear. At the same time, starting this mid lane, while it might be frustrating, you have the means to harass on the Fakers. You can already see coming out from Fada.
Now, he definitely needs to get the Cripify level 1 instead of a Nether Blast, just to deny some harassment and CS from Tiny.
Top lane, I think the biggest problem I saw when this Morphling came out is I was kind of sitting there thinking, what does the Wyvern really do for him? Like, you can slow down aggression, but you're never going to be able to really keep him safe, right? Like, there's always going to be a certain dominance from Nip in this top lane.
When you're playing Brewmaster, okay, Dazzle's doing a good job just pulling the creep wave, because this lane is actually strong. Winter Wyvern and Morphling, they have a lot of kill potential once they hit level 2.
Of course, better to have the Dazzle up here than Tusk, because otherwise you give great value to the Splinter Blasts and it always works against you. While at the same time, you do have a means to get on top of this Rubik if he overextends a little bit. And honestly, tag team with Troll is pretty brutal once you get a point into further. So far though, Tiny is top on CS. As you said, the Crepify should have been taken at level 1. Faker is keeping up, but he wasn't able to slow down Tiny's early farm was the problem.
When you just try to deny him the first wave as much as possible, get those null talismans running up, and Pagna has a great animation and a lot of damage.
As does his opponent. So, which lane do you expect to see the most action right now? Like you said about the level 2 for Wyvern.
Top lane, probably.
They've just reached that level 2, so maybe we'll get to see it. Or do you think the Dazzle is too frustrating to fight into?
It depends. Depends on the positioning. Winter Wyvern needs to... PPD is just being pain in the ass for this Winter Wyvern.
Good old Poison Touch. He's like, you're not allowed to be in this lane, because he knows if Brewmaster and Morphling are left to solo XP, well, Brew's the winner there, because a quick 6 on a Brew can really change any outcome in the game. More Frostifus experiences there. See, most people are going for the laughter, but not Faker. He likes a little bit of Frostifus magic. So far, Centaur doing better than Troll in this bot lane. It's really frustrating, because if you jump on the Centaur, you've got the lift to get away. If you jump on the Rubik, he moves across the Centaur and there's a stomp, right?
Yeah.
Top, going down, Morphling getting pretty low here. He's going to turn around the adaptive strike, but the damage is big from PPD. He's going to continue on this. One more touch, and he'll get it. There we go. First blood drawn. They might find a second one, as Axel's going to go for the TP away. He'll be able to make it. It's going to hurt. TP's back to base. That's going to be a shameful walkout for him. Morphling will make it to the lane quickly. He just has to be defensive when he first gets there, because he's going to be alone. Yeah, NIP is playing this lane correctly. Dazzle drawing a lot of attention to the side, stopping the creep pool. You already see, just trying to interrupt him. Poison Touch comes out, they're moving forward, they're looking for the big plays, the clap's going to be there, they're going to tap right onto him, and Kataro, he said he needed to be careful and he didn't want to listen. He just TP'd out, now he's got a very long and slow walk back out to that lane.
This is not good for playmakers at all. They just TP'd out 2 heroes, especially the Morph who just TP'd back. This is a free lane for almost 4 waves on side of NIP.
Going to be problematic, and the Morphling is the key for playmakers. You're going to see it very clearly from the draft. The Pugner's going to make space, the Centaur's going to keep you alive, but Morphling has to deliver in the end.
And I think everyone over the last 3 days wanted to see 33 playing a micro hero, something that just doesn't stand there and press 2 buttons like a Tidehunter. That actually requires some skill to play. I think Brewmaster is one of those heroes.
It's definitely where he's most comfortable. He doesn't want to just be this, you know, little Vlad's person for the team. Like, yeah, you just pick up a few buffs for us. You run at people. Being ran out in the bot lane. Saxo is getting pretty low. The DD on Panthera means he should be able to get the kill. Can you deny? Nope. Final tap. Rubik gets the kill. Nice little tip for Saxo on the side from the center. Fortunate DD finding that. Good thing neither of the mid heroes found it, because either one could pounce on the other if they picked up that rune.
Oh yeah, Pagana already picked up an arcane rune. Bounty rune spawning in 10 seconds.
It looks like Playmakers are positioned in the bot to secure both. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Nip are ready to take both the top runes, and Tiny has come up here as well. He wants all those bolt charges to himself. Panthera, he won the rune, but actually Saxo just comes in and snatches it right from underneath him, and he might pay now. The tag team got him pretty low. Can they finish him off? The Salve's going to be there, and they have no way to get in range. There's the Willing Axes through. Now they can pursue. Tag team is coming off cooldown. Meanwhile, on the top lane, a little bit of harassment with Brew, but he's fine. Rubik, not so much.
There's a lot of space for a Centaur, and that's solo XP for him. But the sad thing for Playmakers is Rubik did not get that win. If he got it, then it would be a win for him.
Absolutely. Of course, that Centaur is very happy with the outcome on the lane so far. 28-4 in terms of CS compared to 26 on Troll. So he's ahead here, but you need to be. We've seen how formidable Trolls can be if they get a good start. Usually we see it mid when it works out, though. In this scenario, like we said, the Tiny, he opens the door for him. Oh, Playfree's moving in. Kataro. Oh, that damage is way too much. The crits should bring him down. He's trying to morph the strength. The wand is just enough to keep himself alive. And PPD getting low in response, but they can't pursue. Or can they? Panthera with the backstab coming in right now. Fate Bolt there. Shallow Grave is being used. PPD has got an escape plan here. He's got a Shadow Wave to work with. He's going to heal up, try and move sight. He does actually break the line of sight, so Panthera can't see him right now. He looks the wrong way, so actually Dazzle's going to live.
That's a really bad timing on telekinesis. Either use it straight away or use it a bit after. I mean, oof.
The moment Playmakers, they're trying to make the plays around the map, but it's not working out. 3-1's the score. Slight goal leave the side of NIP. And while Centaur is being left to his own devices having a great time, who's winning the investment in this top lane? We've already seen plenty of big kills for NIP there.
Yeah, but even though they did not get any kills with the rotation from Rubik, Morphling still had the 2 free waves to farm with. And I'm glad he got the wave form on level 4, so he needs to be able to run away.
Yeah, he realized that very quickly when they started to crit onto him. He was hurting a little bit too much. If it wasn't for that stick, he definitely would have been dead. Mid lane. There's the life drain coming up for Faker. You just use the Invis at the same time to make sure he stays Invis and there's no turnaround opportunity. But this is where it gets a little bit interesting when you start to get his levels and you can actually, as a Pugner, sustain after the Avalanche from the Tiny. And if you build enough stat items, well, he won't get you in the Avalanche, that's for sure. Sent on a little journey in the bot lane. Oh, they're encircling him in the bot. Can they get onto him in time? Sword. Yeah, this tag team, they will only get half effect, but they have slowed him down enough. Ice Shards come out, and Centaur has no escape plan. Nicely done. NIP with the pincer move pays off, and they get the most valuable hero on the side of Playmakers. The other valuable one has gone bot, by the way, which means that Tiny has been left alone mid. You should identify this and look to move. Saxa, he's got the Ice Shards coming off cooldown soon. He's got the Snowball as well. There it is, going out. Wants to slow him down. Faker, and he needs to move fast on this. Ice Shards just about to come off cooldown. He decides against it, though. It's a little bit too close to the tower. Or is it? Fada. Ice Shards through. Faker, he's stuck here. Avalanche connects on 2. Tossed in the air, and Pugner's dead. Tiny, he stays in the lane as much as possible, and when he comes out, he makes sure he gets value out of it. Just like in the top lane, where once again, Guitarro is dead.
This is not going well for Playmakers. They need to set up their lanes, play 2-1-2 again, have a plugin on mid, try to pick up a rune, make a rotation, or just pressure the mid tower instead.
And speaking of the mid, Ada, the slow from the burn is just enough to keep the Wyvern alive. They're just trying to station someone here to get some XP, but Tiny is that type of hero that punishes that very well.
Ace is having a time of his life on Troll. 20 denies. I think Troll is one of his best heroes.
It's definitely got up there. I mean, it was a great start for Centaur, but since they got a few levels and Centaur's been left alone against this, he can't stand his ground anymore. But you can't blame them for taking resources away from Centaur. They felt the need to allow Morphling to recover, and he's going to need some more help. He's going to morph up to strength here. He has got the waveform to get away, but he doesn't want to commit it. We'll just get him low, remind him that he is not safe and this is not his lane. Meanwhile, in the mid, speaking of other lanes, Ice Shot's not quite on the mark. Faker will be able to back up in time. Tusk just trying to rotate and start to make those plays, but Playmakers, they're the ones rotating towards the bot here. 3 heroes ready to jump on Ace. How do you want to lead? Burn to slow him down. You have got the lift available. Hey bot first. There's a lift towards Sword. He doesn't actually want to commit the Stampede. TPs are coming in, and they need to abort. They need to get out right now. Carter comes in. Avalanche is there. Tossed on the spot. He says, where the hell are you going, Centaur? You do enough damage, the real question. Whirling Axe has come out, and looks like your escape has been blocked off. The Stampede is used. The Ice Shards block him off. One more tap, and it'll be there. Ace gets the kill, and they use the Stampede. And
they're going to get the runes as well. Tiny's going to bottle it up.
But they're going to lose more heroes. Axel, he can't come this close. They've got the tag team coming off cooldown, and that is a dead Wyvern. Team on the top. Oh, they're diving. This time it's just 33 alone, scaring the crap out of Kataro. This is turning into a depressing Morphling game right now. Suddenly, Peter sneaking into your screens. Go for the TP way. Kataro, they'll be fine. 33 says no. Without the Drunken Brawler, we can't do it.
Yeah, but they have a siege creep incoming, so they're going to put a lot of pressure on the Tower of Iron level 4. I don't think he can deal enough damage with the Splinter Blast.
They're going to kill him. Like, the moment he done that, look at him go. Axel has to be very careful. They have an idea of where he is. And he just TP'd out, so you're going to survive, but you're stuck here. Actually, you just broke the trees. Do they know?
Well, what is Pugna doing? He just used the Arcane Rune, came to blast the tower once to the left, and that's it.
I mean, he's done some damage, you know? He's a little bit scared. He doesn't want to hang around too long. Ice Shard's out. Sword should be scared. They're moving across right now. Saxa, can he get close enough? Whirling Axis slows down the Centaur, and now they might have him. Pugna in the mid lane almost going down, but Centaur most definitely going down the bot lane here. Stomp buys himself a little bit of time. Ace, guess it's wrong with the Whirling Axis. No, the life drain out. Faker! Beautifully done. Survives the attempt mid and then makes the most of it in the bot lane. And Saxa is going to be turned around on here. He's got the snowball to go out on the sword, but he hasn't got the damage to follow through. No Warrior's Punch for 7 seconds. They prep to protect. They're going to turn on a PPD as well. Panthera aggressively moving forward. This Rubik leading the way for a kill potentially on the Saxa. There's a lift back. Faker going to work. Life drain will be enough to bring down the Tusk, or will it? Shallowgrave's going to be there, but now they just pursue.
Stampede is ready.
They want to go. Sword, he's coming in the back. PPD, they're going to chase him. They already got rid of the Tusk, and they'll get rid of the Dazzle as well. And the TP's maybe a little bit too late. If they turn around, they can find Centaur, but they want Panthera instead. That does mean Centaur gets out alive.
Yeah, the Playmakers got a lot of XP from those kills. And the Wyvern just going to TP out. We've seen this stuff before. And Morphling is level 7 right now, has Morbid Mask, so he's just going to jungle, leave lane to one of the supports because they're kind of under-leveled.
As a support in this game, do you say thank you for that, or do you say hell no? Because Tiny's about to get a Blink Dagger.
I mean, it's always good to get some XP, especially when you're like level 4. You need to do something, and I think the Wyvern bought Tome for himself.
I feel like Wyvern can do it, right? Because this is one of the big things about Wyvern that made it a very good hero for a long time, is you just stick in the trees, Splinter Blast through, keep a lane pushed out. But for Rubik, there's a heavy risk wherever he goes, and he probably knows this. On the other hand, there is just a Dazzle who gets up in your face and doesn't give a damn. They don't have to, actually. If Faker's showing top, they could make a move mid if they get more heroes here. You can already see the Tusk smoked up and nearby alongside the Tiny. They want to reveal this Blink and get good value out of it. If they can get a kill plus a tower, that will do. Picks up a tree. Morphling, he's agied up. If they jump him, he's dead. Oh, Avalanche Toss comes in, they'll take Rubik instead. They're not looking for anything too big, and as a result of that, they can now push onto this tier 1 bot. Does it just feel like right now Playmakers are reluctant to make any move, and it's just NIP deciding everything?
They have a strong team fight with Winter Wyvern ulti if they place it correctly.
That's true, with the troll involved. It just feels like right now they're saying, okay, just let them have the towers, we'll fall back. Morphling needs something, we want him to be involved, right? Stampede in the mid lane. They're actually trying to make a move here. Dazzle, he stays a little bit too long and he just gets blown up. They take the tower as well. Double the value and 33 coming out the split, chasing on the Faker right now. Reinforcements on the way, but not for this Pugna. Actually, in fact, for NIP, as Sparta does arrive, blinks forward, Avalanche toss on the spot. Pugna will go down and Sword will be able to escape, or will he? They could get the Cyclone onto him if they want to. Do they want to follow up is the real question. They probably just want to secure the tier 1.
They should try to make a move on Troll on bottom since everyone just TP'd mid. Oh, that's an Invis Winter Wyvern, but they have a vision.
Yep, they see it perfectly. They put down Sentry, the Wind's Curse comes out, Tiny starts clubbing in the face of 33, but he's so damn tanky at this stage. Stomp on the 2, double edge, barely feeling it. Snowball, we're going to turn around on the center. No, they see the Morphling, he TP's in, he's feeling ballsy, but is he going to feel it for long? The Avalanche, he switches to the Tinies and Avalanche action. Who's going to come out ahead? Saxa, still in half HP, doesn't care too much. Morphling, that was a little bit too close for comfort. Weren't able to do anything about the Troll in the bot lane in the meantime. Instead, Faker's just staying here to ensure the Troll can't push into this tower. It's getting a little bit too much gold for Faker's liking. Speaking of Bugner, Snowball coming through. Tusk is committed now. No War's Punch to work with. He needs to back away instantly. Ice Shot's going to be there. Axel actually gets protected. The Decrepify to help him out as well. Never Blast zones him out, and they have no way of stopping this TP.
Nicely done.
A little bit of help from the opposition in the end. Faker just trying to harass them down. He has got the life drain, but he feels alone right now. Even with Panthera nearby, it's a 3-on-2 scenario, so you just back up.
Rubik has Thunderclap stolen. He put the infused raindrop last charge in a backpack so he can get an urn.
In the time, it's just about building space for this Morphling. This is his game. This is his story. It's just a matter of how much map control you can give him to work with. And with a Pugner, you'd hope to have taken more towers than this by now. You're 15 minutes in, you only have 1 tower taken. And you're about to lose a second one. Avalanche toss coming in, and Axel is gone. Just the typical Tiny experience right now. Well, that happens. This is the thing, like, you just make these moves. This is the great thing about Tiny when you're ahead, right? Is you can just make these moves on your own, and everyone else can just farm, push towers. There's no pressure to bring additional heroes.
Yeah, he can blow up 3, maybe even 4 heroes on side of playmakers right now.
What's the item that allows playmakers to start, well, making plays in this type of game? Like, you got the Glimmer Cape coming up soon for Faker.
That's going to be a big item.
You can already actually see them just stacking up to move here. So they're playing around the Morphling now. I kind of like this better because at the moment you're just sitting back and doing nothing, and it just doesn't work. Like, at what stage, if you do that, will the Morphling be richer than the Troll or the Tiny?
They need a Blink Dagger on this Centaur to start a fight. I mean, they still have a Stampede.
Well, they don't have a Wyvern. Fada saw another opportunity, and they see the opportunity for the Roche. And remember, Tag Team does work on Roshan. With a Troll, that makes this pretty quick. I feel like that'll be the first thing they'll change about Tusk. You know how they like done something similar on Underlord? I mean, it was more insane with that hero, but it's still pretty crazy that Tag Team works on Roche.
Yeah, and they have a Vlad's on Brewmaster. I don't think we mentioned that. He also has a Blink Dagger, so he's extremely farmed, level 12.
The big beefy boy gets so many stats. Naturally, he doesn't really need to build tanky. Just needs to build utility and a form of initiation. And he'll look to use it here. He's got a Blink Dagger. He doesn't want to go on Sword. They can just push this in. They've already drawn the line. They want to take that tier 2 and make sure the playmakers have no way to recover. Speaking of playmakers, Avalanche toss coming out. He's starting to more strength just in time. Tara will be fine. Turns into Tiny himself. Reinforcements are on the way. He wants to toss him back. He says, all right, you want this fight? We're going to give it to you. Life drain's there. And Fada,
that's a big kill.
That punishment, he wanted to make the moves alone, and he paid a price.
And Kataro gets the last hit. That's really important. Instant smoke. They smoked under the center ward, so Min.
And then Stampede, they do jump forward, they do see PPD, he's down to half HP, can they finish him? Yep, they can. He didn't go for the Shallow Grave, he decided Shadow Wave was all he needed. Nice moves by playmakers, they need to do something, they were just being kicked in the head over and over. Finally, they strike back. He does actually have enough for the BKB now, by the way. I feel like the BKB is the item in this game, right? You could go stats resistance, but you're against a Pugner. He's just going to life drain you. You don't want to give him that advantage. Unfair in the mid lane. Where did he go? Tag Team, Forest Punch, Drunken Brawl up. An extra 100 damage at this stage hurts pretty bad for a support like Rubik.
Oh, can they kill him again?
He's lingering. He needs to be careful, actually. They're going to jump straight in right now, and there it is. Life drain's going to come out, and he can't move away quick enough. Another kill for Kataro. Fada keeps trying to make these moves alone.
Playmakers are outmaneuvering them right now. They're trading a couple of supports for cores. No TP out, no TP.
Axel, no TP. Use the winner's curse. Kataro's in the free line. Nice shots, not quite on the mark from Saxa. And Kataro, holding his breath, he doesn't want him to hear a thing. He's actually pinging. They want to go. 33 does have a split as well, so this is pretty ballsy. The payoff is the real question, especially with more reinforcements coming from the side of NIP.
They can see Troll in mid, so this is a 3 versus 5 fight. Not sure if they can
The blink away.
Down the Brewmaster, nicely done. Quick fingers.
Fans will love to see that. And these wards, they're not bad from playmakers. They're focusing around this bot lane because they know it's the least likely area that NIP is going to be able to bring the full force of the lineup to, right?
Another smoke.
They do. And that got spotted. The pings come out. They're backing up. They say, okay, let them come their own trap. 33 is going to lead the way. That wasn't how you want things to go. He just gets melted straight through. Ace has arrived, now going in. Trying to focus Tara. Buyback comes out. 33 Stampede to try and get away, but no, Rude on the spot. Cold Embrace to keep Morphling alive. But when he comes out, what happens? Because machine gun mode activated. Panther on the back line does go down. And Morphling, next to no HP, trying to get away with the TP. They need a tap. They can't get it in time. No! He makes it out. But you know who won't? Pugna. He gets caught in the tree line.
Still fine. They forced the buyback. They're still in this game. They're lowering the advantage that NIP has right now. And they're...
Oh, poor Wyvern. You know, you can believe that there's a rune still there. But let's be honest, you kind of had to suspect they were going to come and get it. You just didn't think they'd come and get him as well. But I think you're right. Like, in that scenario, you take that. You force the buyback. You stunt the growth of the Brewmaster. And anything is worth at this stage. Stomp in the mid lane. They got another target in mind here. 33. He hasn't got the split and they know it. Turning to Brewmaster himself, just trying to slow him down and fight. Tara is ready to go for this avalanche. Toss comes in. He went full Agi. No, he's going to go down in sword. He just gets smashed right through. Beautifully done by Fada.
That's a huge mistake from playmakers trying to kill a Brewmaster who has almost 2,000 HP and is sitting on 15 armor.
Stats. That's the power of strength heroes. You know, everyone's so fixated on these Agi heroes and how great they are. Sure, I'd agree. 40 minutes into the game at this stage, trying to burn for a hero that much health is not an easy thing. The good news for playmakers is when you go to these high ground areas, you've got the Centaur, the Rubik, and you've got the Winner's Curse from Wyvern that can hold them at bay. So, you know, worst case scenario, you just like lock down the house, you turn it into a bunker, just try and survive the nuclear winter that is NIP plowing across the map. They are up to a 9k net worth lead now. And we've seen this before. It's just well, we saw it insanely with a Juggernaut, but we've seen what happens when a Troll gets this far ahead as well.
But still, the hardest thing in Dota is just break tier 3 towers.
That's the thing, they definitely have to get killed before they enter the base. Like, if they have heroes that hit towers hard, sure. But there's also heroes on your opponent's side that you don't want to have around when you make them. As a result, they'll just calm down. They know they can just keep building this lead because it's simple logic. You look at the map, you look at where they're farming. NIP know they have a larger area of the map that they're taking control of, which means playmakers are really having to just ration their resources here. Boom, coming in. NIP are hoping this might be the move. Centaur would be a beautiful entrance kill if they could find it. He's pretty tanky. They just want somebody a little bit too greedy. On the bot lane, they might have found it. Faker, glimmers, and fakes his escape as he goes in the tree line, TP's away.
Interesting talent pickup by Tiny. 20 movement speed instead of the damage. I mean, you're getting Echo Saber, so that's extra 60 damage on a hit.
It is peculiar, as is Axel's movement this far out. And using the Winner's Curse means even if you have buyback, I don't think NIP is scared of your high ground anymore. They do need Fada here, and the problem is there's a ward that spots that life drain. Faker trying to make a move, Glimmer Cape's trying to escape, the lift will cover it. 33, he does have the clap stolen away, but now Panther has to get close enough to use it. They do ping out, they see an opportunity in the top. Morphling, a little bit too close to base though. I think if that's the Centaur, you maybe try and make that jump before you can Stampede, but Morphling's, he's got the waveform now. He's not laning Morphling where he has no escape. What's the big item? What was the big item that playmakers need next at this stage?
There's nothing big coming on them besides Crimson Guard.
Which is decent against Troll, but it's tiny burst damage.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem right now. It's not this Troll. He will be a problem in about 5-6 minutes. This is one way to go about it, is we just tolerate the tiny phase and we're ready for the Troll phase when it comes.
If they can survive the initial burst from Tiny, maybe with a Glimmer Cape play, that would be awesome, and just try to kite.
I also like that Ace has picked up the bash on the Troll. I feel like we don't see this item too often on Trolls at the moment. Just identifying that usually they go for the Satanic and the Sanjin Yasha, and they go, okay, I'll just survive. I'll just exist And that's how I win a fight. NIP are looking to do exactly that, fight. And they guess wrong. They jump on an illusion. Only tiny reveal though, so the rest of them are still smoked up, and a lot of people on the side of Playmakers are outside the base. This is not a real one either. They're going to move past it. They might be able to find Centaur. Things are coming out. Problem is he's got that blink. Like, you need to tap that before he can blink away. It's always the frustration for them. And NIP, they're being responsible here, right? They know how important winning the series is. They don't want to do something silly. They don't want to, for example, GG just before game ends. Faker, TPing away, knows he can, or can he? Snowball comes out, he tries to life drain up, but it's too late. The avalanche in time for Fada to ensure that kill. That was a desperate Pugna move.
Oh, they might at least get a BKB charge.
They are
from Troll.
Harassing the crap out of Kataro. Troll in the top lane in the meantime. They're just trying to force something out of him. Reinforcements are coming, but Ace is pretty damn scary. It's just the supports right now. They have got reinforcements incoming. BKB comes out. Ace says, okay, you want to fight? I'll do it. Winner's Curse going to be there. Panthera will be able to TP away. And they'll be happy with that. Yes, they had to use the Winner's Curse, but they got the BKB charge out of the Troll, which means he's unlikely to go hunting anytime soon.
And they need to fall back.
Yeah, but Saxa sees everything. He's moving in for Sword to Snowball. The blink through is too late. He sees everything. He knows where you are. Walrus Punch does connect. They're moving in Stampede, but you're just stuck in the corner with no escape plan. And they'll just get reinforcements arriving. And Sword, can he get away here? Yes, he can. Avalanche a little bit too late.
That's exactly how Playmakers need to play. They just need to buy time. Tier 3s are being pinged out. They want to pressure it right now. There's 2 heroes showing on the bottom lane. Winter Wyvern does not have a TP, but Morph does.
They're just trying to juggle the side of NIP back and forth across the map, waste their time because they know it is crucial that Morphlin continues to climb the net worth board as he is doing right now.
Roche is up.
Arcane Rune for Faker as well. They might try something here.
I mean, the one way NIP can siege now that they have Aegis and Cheese, I don't think Playmakers is going to contest that.
They can't.
Siege with Troll, use Panda Split, control the back line, get the tower, try to get some Raxes as well.
And this is where the plan backfired, right? They used that Winner's Curse top, right? They used the Stampede as well. And you wasted some time of NIPs, but you just said Roche is free for you now, boys. Go ahead. Saxa, he wants to punish Playmakers more than they've already been punished. It's like, Wyvern might get spotted on the high ground. Waveform away from Kataro. There's the Avalanche connecting on 2. Looking at the Faker first. Wants to get rid of him quickly. Decrepify. Can it keep him alive? No. The Whirling Axis finish him off. Split does come out. Walrus Punch on the spot. Winner's Curse is going to be there, but Kataro, he needs to move a lot faster than this. On the back line, Axel will go for the TP away. PPD has no way of stopping this, but they might yet be able to get their hands on the Morphling. Trying to move away. Avalanche. He's actually going a little bit too agi, but he knows he needs the movement speed to escape. Cyclone comes out, and now everyone can arrive. Crowd around, folks, because there's a meal on the table. Eat up. Avalanche toss, and he's gone. Creep Wave isn't with them, though, is the catch here. So you do already see a movement by Dazzle to the mid lane to make sure they can push in somewhere. EPD just saying, creeps come with me. Wants to try and reach the high ground so they can actually just start to melt the base because there's nothing left outside the base for Playmakers other than Shrines.
Stinger does not have the best spells to steal in this game, but he's gonna do a good job. Has a Blink Dagger now. Just wants to cut the waves with Whirling Axes and Fade Bolt. Kills the whole Creep Wave.
I think like the best steal is, I mean, Shallow Grave is decent. I feel like at this stage, Avalanche is probably your best bet, right? Just like the AoE stun control, considering how clustered NIP plays.
Whirling Axes are also fine, but you need to be
really close.
Yeah, so that's not a good place to be with Rubik.
Go for the Walrus Punch. You just do this little ranged attack. Someone suddenly flips in the air. Oh, jump in. They're looking on a Faker here. Nice lift. Interrupter, though. Dust being used. Doesn't reveal anyone. Fada will move out of the base. Stomp from Sword. Slowed down by the Whirling Axes. Ace hesitant to go in too hard, though. They're just poking and probing. They are just sitting here going, Playmakers are eventually going to make a mistake. And at this stage, they know that they can't afford to. Tiny. He's thinking about it. He knows he can't burst down the Centaur, though, is the problem. They'll just deward them. Shadow Blade used by Fada. Where's the opportunity? Jumps in, sees Panthera, tosses him away, says, alright, take this Rubik. Stampede's out, but Avalanche Stuns in place, Cold Embrace being used now. Battle Trance goes to work. Ace, Winter's Curse is on him. Clubbing in his face is his own teammate. Katara trying to move away. 33 goes pretty deep. It disrupts everything. Panthera, he can't move away quick enough. The Crimson Guard can't protect him. Life drains there. They pop the Aegis, but now they need to run. Farda is here with the Avalanche. The haste just chasing on through. Tosses across. Says Pugner, where the hell you going? You're not leaving. 33 does get the split off in time. Buybacks out from the Rubik. Faker trying to stand his ground. He's got this Prepper 5, but they are waiting for him. As soon as it runs out, he's in trouble. Cold Embrace does keep him alive. Saxa on the backline needs to back up here. 33 Split's going to run out soon. Can they get Faker quick enough here? He's low. He's finished. Snowball does get him. Katara running for the high heels, but Ace is chasing. He's got the Shrine to keep him alive. He's going to heal up right now, but there's too many heroes and he has no escape plan right now. They're just waiting to have the mana for the Avalanche. They're going to live, try and turn around. Stomp from Sword is good. PPD in trouble. Going to go down the waveform through. Does finish him off. Saxa trying to engage on the backline. Avalanche cover. Farda, he's got the mana to work with this time around, but can he do something with it? Cold Embrace keeps Panthera alive again. This Wyvern is creating so much time for his team, and not enough. Panthera goes down. Sword hits the deck, and Katara, he's out of there. The rest of his team is dead, and NIP are heading for his base.
I feel like the playmakers need just a little bit more to actually kill them. They couldn't focus the Troll right there, and Troll does not have that much HP because he went all in on damage items, Maelstrom, Basher, Yasha, so no real HP item, but they're gonna contest the tier 3s right now. Pugna is out.
I think you're right. You looked at that, right? Wyvern bought so much time, but they just didn't have the damage to follow through. And now Morphling, he's going to be followed through and tries to waveform away. He gets pretty low, but the Ice Shard through from Saxa finishes him off. He had a little bit too much as early and a little too less health.
Oh man, he's not morphing. He's not using his items. He had the Pike, he had Magic Wand.
There we go.
Look at the Troll, how low he was. There was just no follow-up damage.
He just backs away, and then they just leave it to the rest of them. Katara, he tries. Sword done a great job to catch that stomp. They need to get rid of Dazzle before the Grave was the real problem here, though. And afterwards, you saw Farda the whole time. He's like, I've got no mana. I've got no mana. Guys, buy time. And the moment he did, it just turned around them. The Cold Embraces were on point from Wyvern, but there's only so much time you can buy with that hero. In the end, they will lose a lane. That's the moment where Shallow Grave. He's like, I've done my job. Just let's go. The keyboard says, Sword, take me. Heater definitely delivering on this Dazzle so far with his performance. He is richer than both the supports of Playmakers. He's been buying plenty of wards.
Oh, the Spirit Vessel on task is going to be amazing against Pugna, against Morph, Winter Wyvern heal.
Don't forget the Centaur as well. That big beefcake is going to melt pretty fast. Everyone is going to suffer. And I think the other thing to look at here is the fact that they managed to take the mid lane first. Right? The Benny Hills is going to begin for Playmakers as they're going to get split pushed from both sides. They smoke up, looking to make a movement, but Farda is pretty far away. They're scanning to see if he's actually just being dangled, but decide against it. They were hoping he would just retreat through there. They actually got some wards with them. I mean, they've got those wards down in the jungle, right? But these are running out, and when are you going to use these? Like, where do you play now on the side of Playmakers?
They've been playing around these wards, just trying to split push bottom, play around that area, see if someone TPs on a shrine. They just follow back.
Radiance is up 33, by the way. This is a rich panda. He's got more gold on him than Morphling has, and they are going to smoke up and look to make a play with it.
Radiance plus a gem from PPD. That's very generous.
Rich Dazzles can do these things.
Oh, they want to enter from mid.
99% chance to win. Let's see if Dota Plus is right. Farda's leading the way. Avalanche. It's going to be a toss across on the Wyvern. Can they bring down quick enough? Winter's Curse comes out. Snowball through because half the team's pretty deep. 33 with the split just in time before the Stampede can do enough. And now they're in trouble. Faker needs to move away to Decrepify. The burns. They're just here getting right through him. Life Drain turns around, but the Spirit Vessel denies him and he's done. 33, one Panda left on the side. They've lost too much. Axel goes down as well. And the final Panda will make his escape through the front door. Stunned up on the spot, Ice Shard through. Kataro just about sidesteps it, but now your buildings are a little bit exposed because Troll is going to town on him. With that level 20 talent, he hits pretty hard. Toss on the spot. Rubik, what are you doing? War Punch finish him off. Sword tries to jump in, but the Avalanche was still going. Ice Shard's there as well. He has no escape. He's down. And it looks like Playmakers, their base is in peril because now NIP have no reason to leave.
That's a game, definitely. There's no way they're coming back from this.
They
were deciding, where to go for.
They're checking if the creeps are in their opponent's base. GG.
Yeah.
An admirable attempt from Playmakers, but in the end, we said it was going to be on this Sparta. This Sparta Tiny, it's a perfect Tiny game, and he delivered.
Yeah, a lot of low HP heroes. I thought if Playmakers played the laning stage a bit better, maybe not... there was also some questionable TPs from the start where
yes,
Brewmaster had the free... He had free lane for 4 waves, probably.
That was pretty crippling. You know, you saw the mistake from the Wyvern, then you saw it from the Morphling. And, I mean, we called it out straight away. It's like, you just TP'd out a lane. You know this lane's a problem. You're not waiting for your support. I know it hurts to have to do that, but the alternative is your support then waiting for you.
Oh, yeah, and this is what I want to see from 33. You can see the difference when he's playing a hero that can make a space and a lot of chaos in a team fight, and the Brewmaster fits the profile perfectly.
Yeah, we see him. What was his net worth in the end? 15,000. So Fado was 16.3. He wasn't actually far off. He was making a lot of plays, making a lot happen on the map, and of course, it did help PPD being so rich that he was able to buy the gem, just hand that across, make sure they had full control of the map. But there's plenty more to say. I'm curious to see what the panel is thinking, because I think there was a few people who believe in Playmakers, not just you.
I'm the first victim.
Yeah, not just the first victim, the only victim in the commentary box, but not the only victim overall, because Ted did kind of put his house on that one. Well, let's hope he didn't put his house on it, but he did go with Playmakers for that one, and he also went for a 2-0 in this one. He's trying to make time up, and he's trying to make it up on the on the leaderboard for predictions. That aside, though, gents, NIP kind of got there in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, not very convincingly though.
Sure, but it doesn't matter. It's a 1-0. It's what counts, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, winning. If you just look at the match, sure, but you want to look at the entire tournament. And if you play like this against OG or any other team, you're not going to win that easily. Like, sure, they played like okay.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't play awfully or anything.
If there was a highlight though, it was Fato in this game, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely a standout player in that game, but if we have to criticize even a standout player, then obviously there has been like, there's some problems going on.
Yeah,
but like, he had like pick-offs. Like, he got picked off like 2 or 3 times very awkwardly alone by himself. But other than that, like he recovered from that. Then he made a lot of plays happen, and he definitely made lots of good plays for his team.
And Ted, it doesn't look like a happy team right now, does it?
NIP?
Yeah. We saw him after the game.
No.
There were no fist bumps. There were no smiles. There were no interchanges between them in terms of talking, chatting. Hey, you guys, well played.
Yeah.
It's very
there was
sullen
nothing
in there.
I suspect, I mean, the players are all experienced players. A lot of them have been on a lot of teams. And I'm pretty sure that they will have been in a position where a team underperformed at a tournament before and they know what's going to happen next. And they're probably all on board with it. They're professionals. And they'll be like, well, hasn't been working out. Probably have a reshuffle. Why would you get mega excited about beating Playmakers? Like, honestly, realistically, why would they be high-fiving each other? Sure. I think with Team, you could see they were hyped because they were thinking they were going to go home.
Yep.
So that's the difference between the two. One team that has done... I don't think anyone really expected them to be in this position, although their form hasn't been great lately, but...
Is there an element with NIP of kind of resignation to the fact that they can't make the major? Is that what the biggest issue is here? Because ultimately, for a team like Ninjas in Pyjamas, as both as a franchise and the set of players that they've got a TI winning captain on board, that expectation is the very minimum they should have coming into a minor, isn't it?
And I think it's fair enough for them to just accept that it hasn't worked out. Hopefully there's no hard feelings. These things happen. You see that lots of times. A player doesn't look great on one team, goes to another and looks great, and vice versa. A team's playing well and suddenly they're not. It's the way it goes.
Not the end of the road, though. I mean,
we can't say that yet, because...
No, I mean, they won them up in this game. They could clean sweep this. And then who knows what happens tomorrow, right?
That's the thing.
If they play OG, they beat OG, they can pick up a lot of momentum, go from there, maybe even make it to the major still. Because like a lot of people actually already talk like they're gonna make changes for sure.
I mean that's the problem, isn't it? Right now, we're all kind of feeling the vibe that actually there's something going wrong in the team, or has gone wrong in the team, and that they're just going through the motions of getting through whatever they're getting through, and then at the end of this, they go home and they break up and they find some new players.
There's many more factors at play too, I think, because if they were to change, obviously the DPC points would take a huge hit, and you could argue with the system right now, they're quite likely to be at TI already. With the standing they have.
Yeah, I mean, they're fourth. They finished fourth at the major.
1850 points, quite a lot.
Yeah.
And top 12 make it, as we know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
more than likely they're...
There's a possibility,
it's
but it only
set in
takes
stone,
takes 4 or 5 other teams to have that kind of run at the other majors, and then suddenly they're pushed right down.
Yeah,
regular teams finish in the top 8, and then suddenly they aren't in the top 12. So I don't think it's as clear cut as that, is it?
Yeah, I mean,
you also don't want to go to TI with like feeling unhappy. Like you want to go there with a chance to winning, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's just like most teams know they're not like it's unlikely going there because you got like there's VP, Liquid, and all those guys there. But you want to have like if you have a godlike run, everything clicks just before we have a chance. Like kind of what happened with OG.
Yeah, with OG,
yeah. So it's like you just want to have the chance of winning at least, and the way they're feeling right now, like I don't know.
Scoreboard sets us up nicely for the victory for Ninjas in Pyjamas this time around. 10-2 and 13. Fatters Tiny going very, very nicely indeed. 33 also chipping in with 18 assists on a 4-1-18 game. And decent all-round performance by Saxa again on the tuss. 7-2 and 15 for him. 8-1 and 10 for Ace.
Yeah. I think the entire team played quite solid. Nobody made
nothing wrong with that, was there, really? I mean, a few mistakes here and there and some things that perhaps they didn't go perfectly in the game, but they didn't need it to go perfectly. They just needed to play solid and deliver.
I mean, like, I think even if they get outdrafted quite badly, I don't think they're going to lose to Playmakers. Like, no disrespect to them. It's just they're not quite up to par to the rest of the teams here. Yeah,
they've definitely struggled in the group stages, and they've continued to struggle in this game. It doesn't look good for them, does it?
So, like, no matter what, NIP should definitely win. Yeah, but we also know, Peter's not happy with just winning like that. Like, they want to dominate these games. They want to make it look completely one-sided, and it hasn't.
They've got another chance. Second game.
We'll see how it goes in the second game.
Yeah. Okay. Right then, well, we're headed to a break. Are we just one game away from ending our third day here? We're going to find out very shortly as NIP look to try and make it through to the second round of the lower bracket. We'll see you shortly.
Watch the player's point of view with your favorite setup. Follow your favorite Dota 2 player in every detail. Watch esports your way. Get your digital pass now.
The more information you have, the better the decisions. Data is crucial to do important decisions in Dota games and even before the Dota game in preparation. It's really cool that a big company like SAP is investing into esports and that I can be a part of it is amazing.
GVM Pay is designed for gamers to unlock various benefits from most mainstream games to your local services. Recharge made easy just within your fingertips. Recharge easily in 3 steps. Earn rebates for every recharge. Download GVM Pay now at pay.gameview.io. GVM Pay is everywhere.
A very warm welcome back to the Bucharest Miner. If you're just joining us, you're a bit late, frankly, because we played quite a lot of Dota today, and you've missed some really interesting stuff. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Just go and check out the VODs when they're up right now, because you're going to have a bit of a surprise in series number 3 in particular. We're going to move into our second game, our draft just around the corner of our final series of the day. Ninjas in Pyjamas, 1-0 up, and you'd think, all sunny and light, wouldn't you? Not all is right in the Ninjas in Pyjamas camp right now, it has to be said. And despite the fact that they've won that first game, they didn't look particularly strong in it. So can Playmakers come back into this one? They haven't won a single game yet so far at the Miner. They'll be looking to do exactly that right now, because time is running out, let's face it. It's a best of 3 and they're on the rack. The winner of this one also gets the reward of playing OG in the lower bracket second round. I'm not so sure that's a reward for either of these two.
Nearly. And that's where the MP5
There's 3 players here. Zinken over on A. The B is the play, and Foxy spotted. He still takes down one of the C's then and backs off towards first. Backup is still here. P250
or not, because it didn't really feel like that at all. Taken out in the end. And that's where I personally think 3D Max seem to get in the right direction with this roster by now. Sure, this is just a very quick assumption from what we've seen, but we have to put this in multiple ways. Existence Galaxy picked Inferno. Alright, that's one way to start it off. Then, what is happening next? They somehow struggle massively in some sense. Alright, that's weird, but just say, you know, New Year or something like that. But against the 3D Max, surely they have a Haji going ham. Surely they have a Maka stepping in from time to time, but that's not what I expect from Existence Galaxy. Not at all.
Especially when you consider that it was Existence Galaxy that picked this map.
Right.
It's one of their best in the pool, and 3D Max are still working against them, but not for this round. 2 kills coming up for Boaton and Plopsky. 3D Max will crumble on the A bomb site. Only for a little bit though, and still plenty more players to find as they're all out towards this short area, and Haji's going to force them back out. Nice flashbang in and damage being done to all 3 players. As 3D Max once again play around this A bomb site, looking to try and execute forward. Boaton's ready towards long though. Smoke, a small gap just about going to be taken. Not quite enough to get vision on towards David P as he sneaks past him.
No.
And Boaton's going to leave a pretty big gap in the fence for Existence.
And look at it, he exactly expected David P to then go back towards the CT section. And he's isolated. He can't be used at all. Haji just had to find the frag. That would have been exactly what has been needed. David P makes so many steps that the library player notices, and once the smoke fades, he's dead. And there it fades, and he can't escape, which means good luck, have fun, Maka. But I guess trying to save the op would be everything he needs. Just last second that he can make it onto the balcony. And one goes through the Mexican, gets the frag. Okay, it's just timing perfection. But right now, shouldn't stand there any longer. They still don't find the op. He really gets that one through. All right.
All right, a round for Existence. But the thing about it is that obviously they're up for the reset, and we saw how well things went for Existence Galaxy when they did when they got their first round on their T side. It was 7-0. Sorry, 6-0 up, I should say. Then they got that one round, and then 3D Max struck right back over to get a 7-1, and of course reset them pretty badly. So let's not give them everything right yet. Let's put a little bit of doubt in our minds, because obviously 3D Max are also going to be worn down to their own economy state. They don't want to lose this round just as badly. Foxy will jump over the half-wall, spot out 3 and take down Jake's now looking for a little bit more with smokes to be put back down. Devil will take him out. Haji with a nade back on Barbar alongside David P is going to pick apart the B-side defense, and 3D Max have it open for business. There's no one else here. Nor will get with the AWP into CT spawn, but the bomb is going to be allowed to get planted in Existence with such a difficult retake. Surely they must think about saving here.
That would make a lot of sense, especially when they take a look at their wallets. Surely a Zing and Nat came up with 2.3 and 2.7. But nevertheless, yeah, what? I use PS? That range? Alright. I mean, I'll take it. It's somewhat confusing what sometimes comes up on those matches. Doesn't change the fact that we're about to have a 14-7. And when we take a look at the scoreboard, we'll realize, yeah, alright. They're having somewhat money left. 2,700, 1,450. Doesn't change the fact that the losing bonus is the minimum. So, 1+1 shows us very easily that the Swedish side is not having a comfortable time up ahead of them.
Absolutely not. This is going to be a very, very difficult case for Existence Galaxy. They kind of need to force in this next round, because I can't see an 8-round comeback to overtime. That's virtually impossible. Not completely impossible, obviously, but it's one of the most difficult tasks you can do in Counter-Strike. So Existence obviously will force the buy up here. They're going to be down on SMG. Nothing spared in this next one. You've just got to put those rifles to effect. 2 M4s, 1 AUG, and the AWP on Nork. We'll get initial damage done to Devil. He has been the aggressor here for the B-bomb, so obviously he plays it well on the defense, so who better to take the offensive contact for 3D Max. The rest of them also follow right back around him, so set up their Molotovs and smokes in to go for an early execute for 3D Max. Existence leave it all in the hands of Plopsky and Barbar to try and defend it. The Molotovs push Barbar right out into the open. Jinx going to spot him. Burst fire comes through, but the UMP goes down. Plopsky with an M4 takes out the first. Looking at back here for the second frag. He's got to get a triple kill. He has no idea where the rest of the players are. The smokes up, lines up lots of damage, but only does damage to Maka and Haji. David P so close on Zinken, takes it down, leaves it all up to the AUG, and he gets 3 for map point for 3D Max.
What a pivotal positioning right now the guy just had. He eliminates one after another, and David P basically buys round number 15, secures the ticket to success for him and his team. And right now they're in a comfortable position. They got the money, they got a few spare rounds in case they feel like losing, and besides all of that, they have an opponent who hardly has a good buy in their hands. Their armory is looking weak, the weaponry is just somewhat shaky. Oh, Haji though, checking the wrong corner. But look how far they've been peaked out already. Does anyone notice? Does anyone realize? And also downwards B, they're super deep in it. Only Plopsky to be the only obstacle.
Trying to come back from Barbar at the very least, going to try and keep things even. So Existence haven't quite conceded the man advantage overall, though they have done a couple times. But of course, the trades are just so good. Now it's all going to rest in Plopsky again with an SMG. The only man here to hold down B. Takes the first man, flashing his way back out, spotting out 2 players close against him, but they combine with the spray. And it all rests on Barbar and Zinken to try and get this retake together for Existence. Maka spots, but doesn't get the kill. The Deagle does not quite get the kill either, but Existence can know that they've done a little bit of damage to at least one player here, and both are relatively low. About 61, 56 points of HP. Barbar moves forward, they know that the Temple's out here, swing out with a flashbang, nicely played from the team play. It's all going to rest on Zinken. 1 digs are plenty as the Molotovs go in a flashbang and a smoke to try and cover him off. Smoke towards CT, flash into the bomb site. What can he do from here? A clutch or kick scenario at the very end of the map. As the time ticks away, he's got no defuse kit. Ivory spots Jinx, Deagle out first shot, second shot does land. Now looking for Maka, who's going to stick the bomb right here. He knows that this man's out here. Lots of damage on one Deagle shot, but the time's over. They know it. It's GG called. 16-7. 3D Max will lose their last player, but as will Existence lose their last round.
Yeah, and that is the thing where we had at one point a 7-1 start, and it looked pretty Max. All right, easy game. It seemed at least they had the upper hand at all, really. They got the control, and then it all turned around in that sense that I felt somewhat worried due to the reason that Existence Galaxy really, they got this one timeout, and it just kept on fragging and kept on fragging. But the last time they have showed us a sign of life was in round number 13. Since then, not a single round won, and 3D Max just could use it and abuse it to pick up a victory on Inferno.
Yeah, he did struggle by quite the amount, especially on that CT side. You know, T side was looking relatively decent for 3D Max, but in the end, they do concede, and history will repeat itself once again, as it will be 3D Max winning out the first map. And again, that was the map pick of Existence Galaxy. They had a lot of confidence going into this one. Certainly, I believed in them, because this map is a very good map for Existence, but just not quite as good as 3D Max here. Hopefully, they have a little bit better luck on Mirage, which is also a relatively similar map for both sides. So I'm imagining this one to be quite the close affair. They've only faced off against each other. Actually, they've faced off against each other on it 3 times, and it has been Existence that have come out on top 2 of those 3 times.
Well, we're going to figure it out. We'll just be right back and taking a little break, and then we're going to see Mirage here in the United Masters League.